One of my favorite things about video games is when a game that was never really on your radar finds a way to grab your attention just enough to make you want to give it a try. And when you do, it totally surprises you and ends up being a really good game. And in a time where it feels more and more like AAA titles are often disappointing when they finally release, it makes the occasions when a good game catches you off guard even better. And fortunately enough, this just recently happened to me when I decided to try Revenge of the Savage Planet and see what it was all about. Revenge of the Savage Planet is an action adventure sci fi platformer that takes place in a fictional universe where you play as a character who's been sent on a mission to a settlement on one of the planets in this universe, who has now been fired and essentially abandoned on the planet. Now, this was a game that I knew absolutely nothing about. Apparently, it's actually a sequel to Journey to the Savage Planet, which was another game that I knew nothing about. So, needless to say, this one totally caught me by surprise. I actually stumbled across it on Game Pass, and after watching the trailer, I thought I might as well give it a download just to check it out, and I'm so glad that I did because I've really enjoyed it. What first caught my eye was the look of the trailer. The universe that the game is set in looked amazing. It's full of bright colors, interesting landscapes, amazing flora, and creative creatures. I was happy to see how well the look carried over to the actual game, and that it wasn't just some extra polish for the trailer. It makes exploring the different planets even more enjoyable. And speaking of planets, they all have a different theme based on real world landscapes such as jungle, desert, and snow planets, and they all look fantastic with the element of sci fi that they mix into them. There's also a lot of different suits that your character can wear and ways that you can customize them with different types of equipment and color schemes. There's even a Dave the Diver suit, which looks pretty good and is a really cool crossover for fans of that game. Now, with the look of the game being what got me to download it, the gameplay needed to be good to get me to actually invest time into it. And I have to say, the gameplay was really fun. The mechanics are pretty solid across the board. Movement is good, but some of the actions can feel a little bit clunky at times. I would say the modes of traversal to me were the best part of the movement system. From jetpacks to grappling, scuba diving, and speed dashing, the traversal system was really fun to use and well done. The fluid way that you're able to link methods together in order to move around the different maps makes for both satisfying and fun gameplay. The weapon system is smooth and easy to use with an over the shoulder third person style of aiming and firing. The crafting and upgrading systems are both simple but still fun as you can craft new items to upgrade the more you progress through the game. Both systems are heavily tied to the exploration aspect of the game, which adds purpose to that side of things, and it also just gives you that much more reason to check out every part of each map, which is worth doing because the game just looks that great. Honestly, I'd have to say my favorite part of the game was probably exploring the universe. It's just really fun to explore the maps and see all of the cool, creative designs that the developers came up with for this game. The scanning system adds information to your exploration by giving you insight into just about every detail of the world and unlocking new things to craft and create based off your knowledge of the different plants and creatures and so on. I do have to say that the base upgrading is a little bit underwhelming in terms of what I was hoping for. It's mostly just decorative upgrading with the ability to interact with many of the items that you'll fill your base with, but there's really not much else to it. And of course, it's not a perfect game by any means. There are some issues that I noticed, like some clunky mechanics as well as some frame drop issues with some of the creatures in the game. But overall, none of that was anything that really hurt the experience of this game for me, as much as there were just a few things that I noticed. And it's not a very long game, so I think that's going to be something that some people like and some people don't. For me personally, with a bit of a busy schedule right now, it actually worked out great that it was a short game that I could just kind of pick up, get into, and complete pretty quickly. This one is definitely a recommend for me if this is a style of game that you like. And I'd go as far as to say that even if it's not a genre that you've played much of in the past, it's worth checking out just to see if it's something that you may like. It's a really fun game and it's easy to pick up and get into. It also supports both online and split screen co-op up to 2 players, so it's one that you can play with others as well. To me, it's one of the best hidden gems on Game Pass right now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll be back again soon.